Welcome to the new American Culture Exchange podcast, where we dive into the great American game. I'm your host, Glenn Venture Smith. Do you know what the exchange is? Do you know the rules of the exchange? If you don't, then you've been played. Our mission: to harness the power of Web3 and the unstoppable spirit of hip-hop, to create a decentralized ecosystem that puts solutions in the hands of solutionist artists. Together, we'll solve real problems, fund community-driven initiatives, and empower neighborhoods to build enterprises that construct systemic change and foster generational wealth. This is not just a podcast. It's a cultural renaissance engineered for systemic transformation.
Welcome back to the New American Culture Exchange podcast, where we explore how Web3 is rewriting the rules of the great American game. I'm your host, Glenn Venture Smith, the Solutionist. Today, we're diving into rule number 3, the confidence equation in a VUCA world. What is it? And how is it changing how we build trust, establish certainty, and create value in a chaotic world? Let's together break it down. We live in a world that's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. From the stock market to the music industry, the old systems are struggling to keep up. But there's a new way to build confidence in this chaos. It's Web3 and the New American Culture Exchange.
Interesting. I just read a report that said only 27% of Americans say they have confidence in banks. In comparison, trust in decentralized systems has exploded by over 300% in the last 2 years. These numbers tell us something fascinating about rebuilding confidence in a chaotic world.
The confidence equation is about how we establish trust and certainty. VUCA is about the challenges we face in doing that: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Together, they show why the old systems are failing and why Web3 is the future.
That's really interesting timing because I've been looking into the confidence equation concept and how it relates to our VUCA world: volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. The way we build trust is fundamentally changing.
Hip-hop was born in a world of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. But its value was judged by systems that couldn't handle the chaos. Web3 changes all of that. It's a system built for the unpredictable, where confidence is earned through transparency, collaboration, and trust.
You know, hip-hop is the perfect case study for this. Studies show that between 1979 and 1989, hip-hop grew from a local phenomenon to a billion-dollar industry. Still, the traditional music industry missed out on nearly 80% of that value because they couldn't understand or measure it correctly.
That's exactly what makes this Web3 revolution so fascinating. It's building systems that match the chaos instead of fighting it. Recent data shows decentralized platforms have reduced transaction costs by up to 90%, while increasing artist earnings by an average of 47%. Let me break this down further. Traditional systems operate on centralized control, with just 0.01% of decision-makers controlling 85% of the industry's value. But Web3 is completely flipping that model.
Well, that brings up an important question. How exactly does this new model create trust in such uncertain conditions?
Here's the key. Blockchain technology creates transparency that traditional systems can't match. Every transaction is verified by thousands of nodes, creating a trust rate of 99.99% without any central authority. Smart contracts have already automated over $100 billion in transactions with near-perfect execution.
That's fundamentally changing how value flows through the creative economy, isn't it?
Yes, you're exactly right. Take Audius, for example. Their platform has grown 400% year over year, with artists earning an average of 90% of revenue compared to just 12% in traditional streaming. And the fascinating part? The more volatile the market gets, the more people trust these decentralized systems. And here's what's even more interesting. DAOs have already managed over $10 billion in assets with 100% transparency. Every decision and every dollar movement are visible to all members. That's a level of accountability that traditional systems can't match.
Those numbers really highlight how this isn't just about technology. It's about fundamentally restructuring how we create and share value.
Let me share some projections that really drive this home. Experts predict that by 2030, over 30% of global economic activity will flow through decentralized systems. That's a $30 trillion shift in building and maintaining trust.
That's making me think about all the communities that traditional systems have historically overlooked. This could really democratize access to economic opportunities.
The data backs up why the New American Culture Exchange, whose mission is to bring prosperity for generational wealth to communities using Web3 platforms, is in an amazing position to be one of the major leaders in the new digital economy. We have seen an average of 250% increase in economic participation in communities that do. It's not just about new technology. It's about creating systems that represent how people naturally build trust and value.
Well, that brings us back to the core of the confidence equation, building trust through transparency and community rather than control.
And here's what I think ties it all together. In a VUCA world, where volatility and uncertainty are the only constants, we're finally building systems that don't just survive chaos, they thrive in it. The numbers show it, the communities prove it, and the future depends on it. Reach out and hook up with the New American Culture Exchange at nace.com and disrupthiphop.com. The confidence equation is about trust. Trust in systems, ideas, and most importantly, in each other. I'm your host, Glenn Venture Smith, the Solutionist. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome to the New American Culture Exchange podcast, where we dive into the great American game. I'm your host, Glenn Venture Smith. Do you know what the exchange is? Do you know the rules of the exchange? If you don't, then you've been played. Our mission: to harness the power of Web3 and the unstoppable spirit of hip-hop, to create a decentralized ecosystem that puts solutions in the hands of solutionist artists. Together, we'll solve real problems, fund community-driven initiatives, and empower neighborhoods to build enterprises that construct systemic change and foster generational wealth. This is not just a podcast. It's a cultural renaissance engineered for systemic transformation.